Well, Cody Rhodes has a stipulation for his match against AJ Styles.
I quit.
Yes, you do. Solo Sikoa is apparently the new head of the table. Figure that one out.
Acknowledge your tribal chief.
I bet that's a ruse. And LA Knight keeps on trying to go after Logan Paul. He keeps on getting dodged out of it. So, as well as Jordana Grace possibly might kick the hell out of Roxanne Perez tomorrow night.
What exposure that would be for TNA, though?
Absolutely, it would be. How the heck are you, Doug?
I'm good, man. It's a rainy Saturday evening out here in Southern Ontario.
Seems to be on and off. At least where I am.
Yeah, it's raining right now where I am, but
it's coming down hard, probably not.
Not really. But
a little bit of rain ain't that bad. If it comes down hard, that's what you gotta worry.
Nah, work today. Had a nice little dinner with some family, and then here I am.
Family dinner. What do you do for family dinners nowadays, Doug?
Tonight was chicken souvlaki.
Ooh, did you make it or did you buy it?
No, my father-in-law made it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I think today I might have. Well, I had a Whopper for the first time in quite a bit. Burger King with my buddy after we were coming back from Home Depot because we went to Home Depot to start grab stuff for a fence. Decided to go get some lunch. I gotta have a Burger King. Had a Whopper. Pretty tasty stuff.
For some reason, Burger King just not agree with my stomach.
Fair enough. So you know what? Some things are like that. Like I had a buddy of mine who lived in Vancouver who literally did. We used to tell him all the time, stop eating the peri peri chicken from Nando's. You always eat it. You always have to go take a shit right after. He still ate it. And still did the same thing all the time.
Maybe he was doing it on purpose to get an extra break at work.
He was the chef. That was the worst part.
That's hilarious.
Guys, if you're liking the content, subscribe down below. It's a one click for you, but means a lot for us. Well, we thank you very much for all your support at the beginning anyway. But let's get to SmackDown.
Let's
talk Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, and an I Quit match, which is a very interesting match for both these two.
After last week, it made all the sense in the world.
Of course it does. But it still is a match that both of them aren't really known for submissions.
And I do believe the last I Quit match
has been a bit, hasn't it?
Was Roman Reigns and Jey Uso in 2020.
Yeah, it's been a bit. And that was a steel cage. That was Hell in a Cell, actually.
That was the Hell in a Cell I Quit.
Yeah. That was the one where he put Jimmy at the guillotine.
Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy was still recovering from knee surgery, but yeah. That was the very beginning of the Bloodline story right there.
That was literally a month in?
But I was wondering how they were going to build off of the Mark Henry style AJ fake retirement angle last week.
Yep.
To which, to be fair, Mark Henry was all over Twitter, be like, I appreciate the throwback type deal. I think he also threw in the Captain America gif if I understood that reference. But I was curious how they were going to build this up. And I think given the current story with AJ like being 46, in the twilight of his career, doesn't know how many shots he's got left, I think that provoking Cody Rhodes into this kind of I Quit match is a good way to kind of end any aspirations that AJ would have to get one more title run.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. if there's gonna be a time to take the title, if you're gonna take the title off Cody, this would be a good time to do it, but I just don't see it happening. Right? But I wouldn't be upset if AJ did win. I would
Oh,
definitely not be upset by it in the slightest.
yeah, same here. But honestly, I think there's a bigger story that can be told here, especially given recent developments.
Yeah,
Because here's what my brain's cooking right now.
sure.
Next Saturday, AJ says I quit.
Okay.
Then he disappears for a bit.
You don't think he's gonna go?
No, not to AEW.
No.
Oh, to TNA? Yeah. No, absolutely. I think he pops back up in TNA.
That'd be
And
cool,
he can
actually.
and he can go there with the Good Brothers. Like
Yeah. Do like a
like I mean,
farewell.
they're former tag champs over there.
Do like a farewell tour for a month and a half, 2 months.
Honestly, like I would just if I said this a couple weeks ago
Yeah.
when 2 weeks ago when Jordan Grace showed up in
Yeah.
NXT. If you're gonna let AJ do like a swan song in TNA,
Yeah.
just let him go full baby face, like circa like 2009 AJ Styles. Like,
You give him the title in TNA.
no, no, I think like
Who's the
he'll,
champion right now? Is it Moose
it's
still?
Moose.
Yeah.
I believe it's Moose. And what you do, okay, here's how I would play it. Okay, you have him challenge Moose right away. Moose can beat him with the help of the system, which
Yeah.
is the group that Moose is a part of,
Yeah.
with the help of the system,
Yeah.
and then AJ the following month or whatever
Yeah.
puts his career on the line versus Moose's title, and then you have Moose beat him clean,
I can see that.
and then and
It
then
would
like
definitely put a lot of eyes back on TNA.
and then AJ can go away for like half a year or whatever, and like if he wants to do a one-off at WrestleMania to kind of close the WWE chapter, he can
Because
go do.
I think he's done after. I don't think he's. I don't see him going to his 50s and doing this still. I just don't.
Well, yeah, he's
Yeah.
46 right now, and you play out this story throughout the end of the year. Like, say, like we're in June now, right? Bound for
Yeah.
Glory is in October.
Yeah.
Bound for Glory is TNA's WrestleMania. So
Who
you
do-
have you have AJ come back at like you know at the August pay-per-view,
Yeah.
challenge Moose at No Surrender in September,
Yeah.
and then that rematch where his career's on the line in October, Bound for Glory.
All right. Then he comes back to WWE and does a one-off WrestleMania match. Possible.
Exactly.
If you wanted to end AJ Styles' career in WWE at Mania, who is it?
Fuck. Um,
It's kind of a hard question. He's had some really good feuds. Like he really has. I almost want to say Kevin.
Owens?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Um,
But
if they hadn't done it already at WrestleMania, I would say AJ Styles and Randy Orton. But
or
but
you could have
honestly,
Shinsuke do it.
I mean, if it erases what that kind of nothing WrestleMania 34 match was, I guess.
I think that's what it would be. Like erase that what they did at WrestleMania.
Cool. I mean, I'd be okay with that too. Finn
Yeah.
Balor's another name.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Balor, if the Judgment Day broke up and then you moved into like a Bullet Club,
Yeah, but
but it's
that's the
not going to
thing.
happen.
Listen, the only I'm gonna be dead honest with everybody. The only reason why Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows still have fucking jobs is because of AJ Styles and Finn Balor.
More than likely.
And if it weren't for that
Well,
connection,
they brought back.
right? But if it weren't for that connection to the Bullet Club,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I like both Anderson and Gallows, but they're not like
Not doing
there's
anything. They're not really doing anything.
there's a reason why like they've done nothing in this return.
Yeah, they really have done nothing, and it's kind of sad, pathetic.
Like they have the sweetest deals of all time.
Yep.
They get flown out to sit in catering, shoot a pre-tape, call it a night.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw the Good Brothers wrestle a match on TV?
NXT.
Yeah. When was that?
Month ago.
Yeah. When was the last one before that?
I don't remember.
Exactly.
Uh, but I'll tell you though, this this card going back to the AJ Styles AJ Styles Cody match is really shaping up to be a really nice card in Glasgow.
Don't even think for a second that Cody and AJ are main eventing because that is going to
No,
be Priest and McIntyre.
absolutely it is. 100% it is.
But
They,
I
they
think what this SmackDown was is like trying to get as many Scottish talent onto Clash at the Castle as possible.
well, if you look at it, they now have Bailey versus Piper Niven.
Yep.
Um, well, they also have the Sami Zayn versus Gable match.
Yep.
And they added to that last night Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark.
And
Now,
Dawn and Fire are both from Scotland as well.
yeah, now I don't see Piper Niven beating Bailey, but it's a possibility of Isla Dawn and Alba Fire winning those titles.
100%. Because listen, Bianca and Jade don't need to get pinned. You
No,
can have
exactly.
you can have Zoe and Shayna in there to eat the pin
Absolutely.
or submission, whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, and then you can move on to the eventual breakup between Jade and Bianca.
Yeah.
Because I think that's your SummerSlam match is Bianca
Yeah.
and Jade.
Yeah. I mean, I thought maybe WrestleMania, but when you think about it now, quite possibly.
No,
Like, I think that's where they're gonna like. I could see those girls winning the titles at that's there because I've already
with
said before. I
this
don't.
much, listen, with this much Scottish talent on this card, is Piper Niven going to succeed? No,
No,
she's not.
no. I just don't see her beating Bailey.
She's gonna put in a good showing,
Absolutely, she will be.
but and she's gonna be treated like she's the top babyface in the company. But
Yeah,
that's fine. You can have Isla Dawn and Alba Fire win the tag title. That's a cool little victory.
absolutely it is.
Um, and then like no matter which way you play it with Drew, like
I'm sticking with not Drew not winning. I don't think it's the time to take the title off Priest.
I think Priest has kind of proved himself that he kind of deserves to keep the title.
Yeah, if Priest wasn't doing, if Priest's reigns up to this point was meh, I'd
Yeah.
say yeah, definitely for sure.
But like he's completely leveled up on the stick. He's leveled up in the ring. Like he's had
He's
like
cooking people. He's making it look really good. So I
yeah.
just don't see it at all.
And honestly, you could slowly see the crowd like apparently like I saw fan footage from when Rob went off the air
Yeah.
on Monday
Hmm.
of like, Priest was kind of like playing up babyface.
Yeah.
He was like
I think
kind of
that's the plan.
high fiving on the way out.
Yep. I think that's the plan.
But again, that's the thing. Like that's Damian Priest. That's how you use Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a big dude. He's a good looking dude. He's athletic.
Yep.
And and if you just have him use his size, kick ass like he does,
Yeah.
and let him have a little more freedom on the mic like he's got right now,
Yeah. I don't think there's any more
like he can turn
great
into
promos.
that like kind of Scott Hall cool baby face type. I mean, Scott Hall's very often the comparison to Damian Priest, but
Scott Hall is also his favorite wrestler, from my understanding.
yeah,
So he's very, very big on Razor's Bone, hence the Razor's Edge, and they still
but
call it the
yeah,
Razor's Edge.
but he can be that like kind of cool, like that too cool for school, like
Yeah,
you know,
it was good.
kind of like rock star, right? Like
Absolutely. There's no reason why he can't. So let's talk about this one. Since we happen to get the tag title one out of the way as well in the process of everything,
Yeah.
let's talk the supposed new head of the table. And the main man,
Oh no,
Tamatonga,
you can say it. The new right-hand man.
sorry, new right-hand man, Tamatonga,
And the infamous
this
Tongaloa. I don't know what the fuck he's infamous for.
well, probably just more for like stuff in New Japan with Tamatonga, probably.
Have you seen the one gif that keeps going around of him doing like the really slow like comeback like elbow back fist with Okada?
No.
Oh, okay, I'll find it and send it to you. But
So what? So my question is, when is all this stuff going to be revealed? As to who is making these moves or who's the tribal chief? Because I don't think this is Roman at all. I mean, I know Roman's off. I know they have said that he has input as to what is going on with the bloodline story. But who's the one who's actually could be revealed as the tribal chief?
unless things change
Yeah.
between now and next week,
Hmm.
the bloodline is not going to be on this card in Scotland. That being said,
I don't think they really need to be.
no, I don't think they need to be either, because now you have one more pay-per-view between that and SummerSlam.
Yeah. Y'all have money in the bank.
You have Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk off air. I don't know if that's going to be possible anymore. But
You know what? It's who knows?
I'll talk to you after. But um, yeah. So I think what you can do is you have Owens
Yeah.
go one-on-one with Solo at Money in the Bank.
Actually, you can still put the blood on this card.
You could
It might be
do this,
judging by what happened on SmackDown,
redo the 6-man.
they might redo the 6-man.
Okay, that's okay. I'd be okay with that. But
Yeah.
um, but I think the natural progression of the story,
Yeah.
is you have, because think about it, since WrestleMania, the goal has kind of been to establish Tamatonga and Tongaloa.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They beat the Street Profits last week.
Yeah.
I know there was the DQ finish this week.
They stood tall, yeah.
They left everybody laying.
Yeah.
I think 2 matches happen at Money in the Bank. I think you have like kind of like a gimmicky match between G.O.D and Street Profits. I know they're calling them something else, but I'm not calling them anything other than G.O.D or Gorilla's Destiny.
I could see that for sure.
I could see that being some sort of gimmick match. Okay.
Yeah.
And then later in the card, you have Solo and KO.
Yeah.
That's where you reveal who's really pulling the strings, whether it's The Rock or whether it's Roman.
Yeah.
I say the better choice in terms of the story is for The Rock to come back.
Yeah.
And because he comes back in the solo match, Cody's like, oh, Rock's back.
Yeah.
This is like post Money in the Bank. Oh, Rock's back.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if Rock comes back before SummerSlam, your main event at SummerSlam is going to be Cody and Rock.
I think that's been the plan for the most part.
I think it has to be. Because I think waiting till WrestleMania is far too long.
No, especially if the rumors are true, there's going to be a civil war.
Especially if you want to play out the Civil War storyline
for War Games.
Because again, you have Cody and Rock. Ref goes down, both go down. Here comes Roman, making his return.
There has been talk that Roman might come back earlier though, but
He
who
he
knows?
goes he
That's
goes
changed.
he goes to spear Cody. Cody sidesteps. He spears the Rock just like from WrestleMania,
Yeah,
except the difference is Roman just kind of shrugs and walks away.
yeah.
Therefore, you know, whose side is Roman on,
Yeah.
right? And then
Well,
you can progress from there, right?
for sure.
And remember, Jimmy Uso is coming back at some point.
He should be back soon, from what I
He's
understand.
he's gonna factor into this soon. I
He
think
might.
that I think this summer is gonna get interesting, especially with Jay and Money in the Bank.
I don't think Jay wins Money in the Bank.
I know it's who's gonna screw him.
I wonder though too. If
I
you
think
do run, if you
I think
do run,
Solo makes sure, or well, I mean Tonga or Tongaloa will be the one to screw Jay.
yeah, more than likely, or the one that hasn't shown up yet.
Jacob Fatu. Yeah.
So it's possible one of those guys do it.
There's so that's what I love about a story. This
Yeah.
is there's still so many loose ends that need to be told. You still have another 2 years of booking here.
Technically, yes.
Like
Uh,
when this bloodline saga is finally over,
yeah,
this will probably go down as the greatest story ever told in pro wrestling.
more than likely. I mean, right now you can't really put one arrested. Rest of SmackDown though, we talked about the tag match with the girls. Jade Cargill wrestled Indy Hartwell. Actually, no, it was Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae versus Bianca and Jade Cargill, which led
Yep.
to what you now know as our three-way tag match. Uh, Apollo Crews, you didn't see that one coming, versus Angel Garza. Yeah, it was kind of just there, just to make
It
for some time.
didn't happen.
Yeah, it's true. But they
It
put it,
didn't.
they didn't happen. In replacement, they did, well,
Carmelo
Carmelo
Hayes,
Hayes versus LA Knight. And
LA
LA
Knight
Knight
picked up the win.
took the win and then right into the camera and just called out Logan Paul. And we heard back from Logan Paul later on in the evening. Logan Paul was, well, insulting to him.
Dismissive.
Yeah, just is what is. Like, that match is going to go down at SummerSlam or Money in the Bank.
I would actually no, I don't think you can drag this out another 2 months. I think this happens at Money in the Bank.
It's quite possible. Uh, with LA Knight probably winning. My
I could
guess
see
is
that, yeah,
I could
for
see LA
sure.
Knight probably winning this one here because you can't
100%.
have the guy lose all these feuds and still be as popular as he is. People are going to have no faith in the guy after a while.
I agree.
So he kind of needs to win
That was the
this.
biggest criticism of Bray Wyatt for the longest time.
Well, that's just it, right? Well, I
As
mean,
he was such a cool character, but the problem is he never won feuds until he turned into the Fiend.
and even then, he still lost feuds. You
Well, he
know,
won the Seth Rollins feud, then he was Universal Champion, then
then
drafted
Roman
to
came back.
SmackDown.
Then Roman came back.
Well, that didn't quite happen yet, but like he won a feud against The Miz, won a feud against Daniel Bryan, lost the title to Goldberg.
Oh yeah, that crap match.
Then the pandemic hit.
Oh yeah.
He won the feud with Braun Strowman.
Well,
So it really wasn't until he just lost the feud with Randy Orton. That's pretty much it.
fair enough.
But once he turned into the Fiend, then he started winning feuds.
Yeah.
But like that doesn't excuse the like what 6 7 years before that,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
And
he also won the he won the John Cena feud too.
no, we fucking didn't.
Yes, he did.
He beat Cena at WrestleMania like fucking 6 years later.
Still counts as a win.
But the actual feud itself that happened in 2014, no, the
Well,
fuck he
well,
did
no,
not.
no, 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 not that one.
No, he won the rematch for
Yeah.
Retribution 6 years later. But
Um, you also got Gargano versus Grace. No, sorry, yeah, Gargano versus Grayson Waller last night. more seeds of breaking up Waller and Austin Theory are appearing more and more. And I'm wondering if
I am getting ready for this Austin Theory face turn, dude.
and I'm wondering if they're going to turn. I'm wondering if they're going to be DIY that is the one that takes the title.
No, I think what's going to happen is DIY's going to take the titles.
Yeah,
Waller's going to try and blame Theory, and Theory's going to drop.
probably, yeah, because right now Austin Theory is kind of the one getting all the crap on.
Yeah. But they've been slow burning this since fucking Australia, bro.
Yeah, which is funny.
They've been slow burning this since February.
Yeah.
When Waller like fed Austin to Seth and Cody.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
That was pretty much SmackDown for the most part. I mean,
look, I'm not even going to draw attention to these QR codes and these messages until, Uncle Howdy or the Wyatt Six, whatever the fuck this turns out to be.
word is they're coming in. Well, I've heard next week. I've heard next week Clash of the Castle. So where they appear though is beyond me.
I don't know, man. You got anything else from SmackDown, bro?
No, I pretty much it for SmackDown.
Cool. So allow me to move on to a new segment.
Sure, let's move on to the segment.
So I'm going to try and do this at least one show a week where I test Andrew's trivia knowledge.
All right.
So I have one question for you.
Okay.
There's 5 answers. I'll give you a point for each answer.
Okay.
And then maybe next week you can come up with one for me.
Hopefully I'm not busy.
Okay. So, are you ready?
Sure.
The question is as follows. With Money in the Bank coming up, there are only 5 people who unsuccessfully cash in Money in the Bank. Can you name them? You have 3 strikes.
Damian Sandow.
That's number 1.
Baron Corbin.
That's number 2.
Oh wow. Okay.
The other 3 you kind of wouldn't.
John Cena.
John Cena is number 3.
The
other 2 are more recent, within the last 5 years.
Oh, lovely.
Sorry, within the last 6.
Cashed in Money in the Bank and lost?
Unsuccessfully, yes.
Austin Theory.
That is number 4.
And
can you go 5 for 5?
Oh, probably not. I'm thinking right now.
You still have 3 strikes, dude. Just throw names out
there.
there.
I know. Hard to say who the 5th one was.
I will put it like this. Chronologically, it is in between Baron Corbin and Austin Theory. So to give you a time frame.
I'm just trying to figure out who the hell won that one right now. Because Austin Theory was Otis.
No.
Oh no, he lost it. The Miz.
That is your first strike.
Well, Otis won it, but didn't really cash it in. So yeah, actually, no.
No, he lost the briefcase to the Miz.
Yeah, I know. And
the Miz was successful cashing.
Miz cashed in, on Bobby.
Drew McIntyre.
This is true, yeah. It's pandemic era.
Yes.
The Dome.
Yes.
Let's see. Who? Let's see. Who's it possible? I have no idea who the 5th one was anymore. Not a clue.
It's happened out.
Let's see.
I can give you one more hint.
It's not Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens is number 1 Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So that's strike 2.
Okay. What's your last hint?
My last hint is this unsuccessful cash-in
Yep.
happened at the 2018 Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
That was the 18 Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm actually kind of glad that this is the last one because I'm gonna geek out about the answer about this.
oh, let's see. Ricochet?
Ricochet has never won Money in the Bank. That is strike 3.
Ah, fair enough.
The answer is Braun Strowman. The 2018 main event of Hell in a Cell was Braun Strowman against Universal Champion Roman Reigns.
Okay.
It ended in a no contest because Brock Lesnar decided to break into Hell in a Cell and kick the shit out of both of them.
Wow, I don't remember that at all.
2 weeks later, it actually might have even been the next week, was when Roman Reigns announced that he had leukemia.
Oh. Okay then.
So that was Roman's last match before he took his hiatus to get treatment.
Probably why I forgot it.
But yeah, so not bad. You went 4 for 5.
Pretty good though.
You're batting 800.
Yeah, not bad.
So, maybe when we're
Not
doing
bad.
our pre-show chat next time,
Yeah,
you come up with one for me.
sure. I will try my best to figure one out.
Cool.
Before we do anything else though, too, Battleground tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We got 2 big matches. We also have well, for North American women's title in a ladder match. I'm sure
Yep.
Meech is gonna win that one or something like that. But the 2 biggest matches though are, let's say, Jordana Grace. Sorry, Jordy Grace versus Roxanne Perez. And Hamilton's own Ethan Page.
All ego, baby.
Versus Trick. So, uh, you know what? I think the best right now for both worlds would be for Jordan Grace to win, to beat Roxanne Perez.
I think in terms, like,
It's probably the best option, but it's probably not going to be the option they go with.
I disagree.
You don't think?
Because you completely open the floodgates and you get people talking.
Well, I understand. Well, no, it's also, I don't know if they want to do that. Right?
That's true, but under Vince, there wouldn't be a shot in hell.
If it was under Vince, there wouldn't be anybody like this. I mean, yes, I understand that when Vince was still there, they had Mickie James in the Rumble as the women's knockout champion, but that was also Mickie James,
who was a former WWE superstar,
who worked there for numbers of years.
So. Exactly, and so this way, Jordan Grace, when you look again, like her and Roxanne have a chance to steal the show. Absolutely.
I think that's probably gonna be the best match on the card.
I would not be surprised if it steals the show.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if it's the best match on the card. And hell, to be honest, I would not be surprised if it main events. But I do think the more likely scenario is going to be Paige and Trick.
Yeah.
Main eventing. I want for the chaos.
Yeah.
That would ensue online.
Mm-hmm.
I want Jordan Grace to win.
I think she should win. I think it does nothing but good for both companies.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think they're gonna pull that trigger. It's very hard to want them to have to pull that trigger. Right? Because what you could do though is you could have, if you really want to do a crossover, you could have Jordan Grace win. And what's the next pay-per-view after that? And for
NXT?
No, for TNA.
Or for TNA.
Yeah.
I believe it's Rebellion, which is next week.
Okay, well, I can't say. Well, you know what? You could still do it. You can still do
Yeah,
it. So you could have Jordan Grace win tonight, and then Roxanne Perez automatically re-challenges her
at
at
Rebellion.
Rebellion.
I think they've mentioned something about Jordan Grace having like a open challenge at
Yeah.
Rebellion.
So
I'm gonna like check this real quick
so
while we're talking.
you could technically do Jordan Grace win, and then Roxanne goes over to Rebellion and just wins the title back. You know what I mean? And then if you wanted to,
Or if you want full chaos,
you could do that. You really could.
like if you want full chaos, bruh, you can oh sorry, Rebellion was in April. My bad.
Never mind.
I'm gonna
So not
I'm gonna
Rebellion.
the next one is Slammiversary in July.
So you could do that at Slammiversary.
It is in Montreal, by the way.
And you could do it. You could do it. You could do Slammiversary.
The rematch will happen before that.
Probably, but
I
you could
don't.
hold off on it.
Oh no, of course. Like you can have Jordan Grace come back.
Absolutely.
Uh, you can have Jordan Grace come back for
You can have
or
Jordan Grace come back at the pay-per-view after Money in the Bank, which is Heat Wave, I believe it is, which is on the Sunday
could be
after
Heat
Money in the
Wave.
Bank.
Yeah, I
You could
believe
have
it
her
could
come
be Heat
back,
Wave.
and then Roxanne challenges her there, and they do it again.
Yeah,
So I mean,
absolutely.
to be honest, because I don't think All Ego's going to win. So
And in this whole like this when you kind of put it all together,
yeah,
what does a 1 month NXT Women's Championship run do for Jordan Grace? It gives her more exposure
yeah,
to an audience that may have missed the Royal Rumble,
yeah.
but you know,
It could
and
also too be a.
but also it gives TNA more of a spotlight.
It helps TNA more than anything else because the more TNA like
Sure.
because if you want to really do a TNA and really work with TNA because if you look at for the AEW versus New Japan's AEW like Forbidden Door, right?
That's
It's not
coming
like
up in a
you're
couple weeks.
yeah, it's not like you're having everybody on AEW win or everybody in New Japan win. You're having almost like 50-50 wins.
And actually this year they're also adding AAA and CMML, the
They
CMML.
are the CML because that match actually just found out. We talked about it on last week. We talked about it actually last week. That title we talked about was this Mercedes Monet versus Barrera. So I can't remember pronounce her name.
Yeah.
Seven, right? That is title for title.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's actually not for the TBS title like we thought it was previously. It is title for title. So I think that's
That's
probably the way. So that's a
that's
kind of
dope.
you know what? That's a way you could put the TBS. You could put that strong title back on Mercedes Monet if you wanted to, which I kind of
Yeah,
see them doing. Which I kind of see them doing.
I can see them do it too. I mean, Eddie Kingston was New Japan Strong Champion, World
Yeah,
Ring of Honor World Champion, and AEW Continental Champion,
yeah,
all at the same time.
yeah.
Uh,
So
but back to NXT.
yeah,
Anyways, you got Roxanne,
I think Roxanne's gonna win.
and you already said you think Trick's gonna win.
I think Trick's win. I mean, I'd like to see Ethan Page win.
Again, for the chaos. All ego. We are riding all ego.
I I'd rather see All Ego win. I'm not. I'd rather see All Ego win. To be honest with you. But I just think they're gonna give it a trick.
See,
He,
the only thing is
His title was only just started.
he's
So
gonna get a bullshit fucking Death Rebel song. And I just like uh I don't know, man.
yeah, we'll have to wait tomorrow night for Battleground, which is at the UFC Apex.
Yep. In Las Vegas, baby.
Yeah. So we're
What
also
happens?
gonna,
What
we're also
happens in
getting,
Vegas tomorrow night is not staying in Vegas.
and we're also getting, I wonder too if they're gonna do the Shayna Baszler, Lola, what the hell?
Lola Vice.
Lola Vice match in a cage. They might.
Oh, is it a fight pit
It,
match?
it is literally, what's it called? The WWE, what they do with like the whole, WWE Underground match.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
MMA, like their version of the like MMA thing. So, we should see what they do with that. But yeah, tomorrow night looks pretty good for Battleground. I'm looking forward to watching that because it gives me something to watch for sure.
Yeah,
Uh, other than that, I think I got nothing else. Doug, you know what to do.
I do. I do know what to do. I need to thank each and every one of you for listening, and I need to tell you that go down below, hit that thumbs up button, hit subscribe, go follow us over on Spotify. Um, the end of this month, Google Podcast is switching over to YouTube, so go give us a follow at DA Wrestling Podcast.
Absolutely.
Uh, go find us on socials, DA Sports Podcast on Instagram, DA Sports Pod on Twitter. He is April1982 on Instagram. Andrew DA Sports on TikTok. I'm DLines1981 on Twitter, and we'll catch you down the road.
Stanley Cup Finals started. It's currently 2-0 Florida. Doesn't look good so
Oilers in
far.
6.
Oilers in 6, you think? Right now it's looking like, well, they say 76% of whoever wins the cup scores first in the first game. So we'll see what happens.
Fuck
Have a good night.
stats.
Have a good night, everybody.
Oilers in 6.
Hey, I'd rather have the Oilers too over Panthers, but it's probably gonna be Florida.